Attribution, performance, big conversation. Where does creative fit into all of that? We don't often talk about it as much as we should, it seems. Where does creative fit into performance and attribution?
So creative is a very key component. There's sort of outside research that suggests that that it can account for as much as 70% of the overall campaign performance. On average, is obviously a lot lower than that. But where we've done in-depth studies around the impact of creative has been largely around program promotion, and there you have a lot more variance because you don't have to deal with talent rights and things like that. So you have a lot more versions tied to the different shows or the different episodes, and then you can see the impact over time. And when you look at the impact of creative from that perspective, you see that you gain insights that are almost impossible to gain by just looking at the creative. Even an art director or a producer looking at the two pieces of promotion might say these look solid, right? But when you actually then do the attribution, which is really an aggregated analysis based on millions of homes, you can discern the fact that one of the promos actually had an outsized impact, and it might have been because it didn't wear out as much, or because it had an emotional connection that the other one didn't. And to the untrained, and certainly even to the trained eye, you might not have been able to understand that by just looking at the creative. But when you run it through attribution, again, based on millions of data points, you're able to see the impact that the different creative has.
So not to get too deep in the weeds or to reveal the secret sauce, but how do you sort all that out through attribution, through technology?
So a lot of attribution today doesn't even take into account the difference in creative, and in part is because so many campaigns rely on a single creative, right? So the attribution solutions have not focused too much on having different creative. And even when you have different creatives, there's another layer to this, which is it's not just which creative wins. It may be that different creatives are better suited for different types of audiences. Right? And so you may have a program promotion for a romantic comedy where the more romantic version of the promo works better with women, and the more comedic part of the promotion works better with men, right? So there could be differences that are not just gender, but age and situational and context. So where is that promo experience? If it's a promo for comedy and it airs in a rerun of Seinfeld, it actually may perform better than if it airs in the news, right?
Cool. And tell us where cross-screen measurement fits into that, into the creative piece sort of fits into that.
So a couple of different elements there. So the first thing is we started with linear TV attribution because we felt that was the biggest gap, a tremendous billions and billions of impressions on linear TV that were not being properly credited for their impact in terms of effectiveness, right, and their contribution to the marketing performance. So we started there. What we're working on now is expanding that to include both linear and cross-platform addressable TV, premium video exposure, to better understand the impact across those screens, right? And as it relates to creative, what I will say is that, again, because creative may have different impact with different segments or subsegments or in different contexts, the digital side, the addressable side, allows you more flexibility in being able to act on those insights, right, than the linear side. So at the end of the day, even if I have a romantic comedy, and no matter where I place it, I'm not going to be getting 100% romance focus or 100% comedic focus, but when I'm in an addressable context, I can have the right creative with the right context targeting the right segment or sub-segment. So that's where there's an incremental impact to being able to both understand what you need to do and then being able to act on it.